onward and upward. I don't need your applause. It's a God Opulent LDTV. We live from the 305. What's going on, man? I had to pop on this thing. I had to hop up on this thing. But yo, let's Friday to all my comrades. If you ain't listened to my Big Sis quiz show last night, go ahead and replay that thing. It's a great show. Yeah, man. I had to hop up on this shit and rap about this gooch ish. Definitely got an eventful weekend going on though to look forward to. We got an event, Fist of Fury, another Fist of Fury event going down this weekend. And we got my twins' birthday this weekend. I mean, it's her actual birthday. We already did that birthday party last, was it, I think 2 weeks ago. Actually, 2 weeks. Was it last weekend? Basically, before my mother in law went on her month long vacation. So, what's happening, Picasso? What's happening, Picasso? Appreciate you sliding through. Brother Josh, what's up? I don't know why the homie Picasso ain't got one. I appreciate you, Picasso. Let me see, standard. Yeah, man. It's crazy though, man. But yeah, let's before I get into my opinion as far as this Gucci Man shit, I gotta say rest in piss to Africa Bombada. Rest in piss. We have no empathy for pedos, none so ever. We have nan empathy for pedos. None at all. Now I know y'all hear me say that, and I do fuck with R. Kelly's music. I do. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna hold y'all for that. Hey, I fuck with the art. It just is what it is. But you won't hear me on here saying R.I.P. him ever. You just ain't, man. You just ain't. But just going into this Gucci Mane thing, I know there's a lot of people, a lot of videos out there talking about Gucci didn't snitch. He didn't snitch. This is what snitching is. They're saying two people do a crime and one person ends up telling. That's snitching. But look, a lot of you super street dudes, y'all live by this code that cooperating with the police is seen as snitching. There is no way that you should be in there having these elaborate conversations with the police. You're not going to be able to talk your way out of it. You are just not going to be able to talk your way out of that shit. But a lot of y'all think you got that. Well, a lot of y'all do have that gift for gab, but you just end up talking yourself into more shit, as we've seen plenty of times and many examples, right? But the point of it is that Gucci, and I'm a Gucci supporter as far as, okay, let me say this. I rock with Gucci. I'm gonna say that I rock with Gucci. But I've never, maybe I bought a mixtape of Gucci, but I've never physically bought like an album from like Target or nothing like that of Gucci. I just haven't. I've always been a Jeezy guy. And it's not even the idea of me putting them against each other. It's just that Jesus' music has always been really that shit. Gucci's music be like, hit and miss, hit and miss type shit. Yeah, he got some bangers, you know what I'm saying? But he just never really resonated with me. You know, that's just my personal outlook on the whole thing. But yeah, man, the point is that Gucci, you can't be both. You can't be a civilian and you can't be a hood dude when it's time to be hood. We know that Gucci is notorious for talking about smoking on packs, and I feel like he's one of the first celebrities to actually say that like out loud like that, like a smoking on a pack, because that's really a YN thing. That's something that YN say, and so for me to hear Gucci say that, I'm like, wow, what the hell? Like I'm not saying you have to show some sort of love and appreciation for this dude who tried to kill you, no, but to really say you could have just really kept that on yourself if you really on some family shit. You know, that's how I feel about it. You could have kept that on yourself. But also, let me say this too: I can't gatekeep him on how he should respond to things, and that's something. That's a situation where the guy did try to take his life. So, you know, what I'm saying I'm giving y'all the other side too. You know, but the end all be all is that Gucci Man should have never cooperated with Dallas police officers. That's what it comes down to, y'all. If you so hood, if you so thugged out, that's number one rule. Do not cooperate. Plead the fifth and shut your motherfucking mouth. Because at the end of the day, he had the what I want to call that. He had the security guard who was a off duty retired police officer, and he had the white boy cameraman. He had the white boy cameraman. So you don't have to say shit. Just let them do the talking. Man, charge that jury, all that shit to the game, man. Charge that to the game. Who gives a fuck, man? Who gives a fuck? But it's also appearing, you know, like I said, there's that excuse. A lot of people be like, "Oh, he's a married man. He got kids." Like, man, come on, man. You can't age a man out of what he's claiming, all the street shit that he's claiming, just because a person gets married, a person have kids. Yes, well, you have to verbally denounce that. You have to verbally denounce that in the public, but he hasn't done that at all. You know, so and we all know that just Gucci's whole label is just super suspect anyway. Like either motherfuckers is dead or they in jail. uh, he definitely fits the box for a lot of conspiracies that's going on here. I don't want to really get into, but let me see. Let me look at this chat real quick. Uh, Picasso says thank you. Josh says, hey, I'll always listen to R. Kelly, but I'm upset he did all that, and I'm gonna leave it there. I feel you, Josh. Yes, it's bogus, but again, like I love to say, I'm not trying to be R. Kelly's friend. I'm not trying to be his homie. None of that shit. But the character that does the music, I'm fucking with that. I'm fucking with that art. I'm just fucking with that art. Yeah. So yeah, I leave it there as well. Because what happened to R. Kelly? Did he kick the bucket? No, no, no. He's still alive. I'm just saying, like, if he so happens to, like, I'm not celebrating him like that. I just be like, man, you know, he made great music, but I'm not. He just Pedals ain't getting no RIP from me. It just ain't. Said I'm over here multitasking, but I was making sure. Josh says I like Gucci music. That's what's up. Gucci's cool, but his shit is really, man. To me, it's just. Gucci was meaner when he was fat. He was on the T.I. and Dro record. I know a lot of people love to make this reference of the old Gucci, the new Gucci, and of course, it's physically we see the difference, but we gotta be honest with ourselves. Gucci told a lot. on the situation with the dude that he killed. Like, I mean, even his beef with Jeezy, you know, like he told a lot to the public that he shouldn't have talked about. Like, he did a lot of suspect shit then, and nobody really spoke on it. So yes, he's physically different, but he still has some of the same characteristics. Let me say that, and that's without me even really giving my opinion on how I feel, what I feel that it really is going on right now. You know what I'm saying? But I get into it. Um, see, said Gucci was meaner when he was fat. Okay, I read that. Gucci would reference the guy Pookie. He unalive. Yes, he did. He would reference him, and I mean, there's plenty of interviews. That's another thing. That's the thing with interviews. They come back and bite you in the ass because when you in an interview talking about I never cooperate, I never talk to the police and all this shit. That's them type clips gonna eat your ass up forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's a bad look when you get out there talking too much and then you end up doing something like this that Gucci did. It's a bad look for you, bro. Mark Boogie, the monster, said, "What the fuck was Gucci thinking?" He said, "I think 90% of rappers nowadays are snitches or will become snitches." That's a hell of a high percentage, but I actually don't disagree with you at all. I don't disagree. Nowadays, it's like a lot of these rappers, man. It's there's just so many rappers. Like just that whole job, the whole niche is so overpopulated that, and it's kind of like when, for instance, I know y'all see this. You'll come across some news article like just say on the internet, like, oh, local rapper died. Like local rapper, like why are they announcing this dude like a rapper? He's like, this dude ain't even known. It's not like he really had any clout, but the death of said artist gets more clout than his whole career. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's just so many fucking quote unquote rappers these days. This is everybody's a fucking rapper, damn near. Everybody got a fucking mixtape, don't they? There's so many motherfuckers with mixtapes. It's crazy. He says, Gucci says, no, Josh says, plead the fifth and let your legal team work. Yeah, it's that simple. It's that simple. That's what I would have done. I would have been like, hey, dog. First off, I'm gonna charge the jewelry to the game because, to my knowledge, what you need, I guess, you need to make a statement in order to, if you have insurance on your jewelry and it gets stolen, you have to make a statement to the police in order to get compensated for that. I would have just charged that jewelry to the game. If you know I'm rich, I don't give two fucks about jewelry like that anyway. But if I were to be wearing jewelry like that or some shit, I would be, okay, just charge it to the game. But again, that's if you want to keep intact your quote unquote street cred. Um, and that's what I thought Gucci would want to do, but it appears he don't. And but just speaking on just speaking of street cred at the end of the day, it ain't about shit, y'all. It ain't about nothing. I get it that a lot of us, or a lot of people who are, let me say, urbanized, a lot of people are tripping over it. But I think what Gucci is truly doing. Oh, and let me just say, he just dropped this disc last night at 12 midnight, 12 this morning, depending on what time zone you in. And the shit was garbage. The shit was dumpster juice. And it's basically, like I said in the title, he's doubling down on the statement he made to Dallas police officers. That's all he's doing is doubling down on it. Now, my opinion on this, I just don't believe this shit is real, man. I don't believe this shit is really real. I understand that Pooh Shiesty and them is really quote unquote in jail right now, but my first inkling that this was bullshit is that since when do the feds, since when do they all of a sudden don't have no info? We know usually when the feds come, they come, and there's a slim chance your ass getting out of there. They usually they do they research and have the evidence before. So it's mighty interesting that now the feds are claiming, oh, we haven't interviewed anybody, we haven't, the only statement they have is the statement that was made to Dallas police officers. So to me, that was the first sign, and then the second sign is for me is this diss that Gucci dropped. I don't care how rehabilitated everybody wants to claim that this dude is. I know a lot of people out there are claiming that the whole conspiracy about he died and that's not the real Gucci, is a clone and all that shit. But let's say it's just the real Gucci. I don't care how rehabilitated you are, bro. I just don't believe that you're really gonna like put it on a beat. You literally putting a statement on a beat. Like, of course, you can change, you can do things different as a man, but I just don't believe that you're gonna. I just don't believe he's gonna do it that way, this way, the way he's doing it now. If this was truly something real, and at that, the diss is garbage. The diss is garbage as shit. I know something else. A lot of people are saying that his wife is pretty much his handler. His wife is pretty much makes his decisions. We see how many of y'all seen the interview with him and his wife? I think it was the Breakfast Club. How many of y'all seen that interview? Like, it's clear that Gucci Man's wife runs shit. It's clear. He's almost like I hate to say he's the beta male in a relationship. Has no real. I mean, for him, it's just like I get it. Yeah, respect your wife and everything, but it seemed like he was subservient to her. Like, like he, like he knows his place as being below her or something like that. That's the energy I got from the interview of them two, and I think it's wise for y'all who Gucci fans. Go ahead and check it out, man. Go back and look at some old interviews of the what I'm speaking about is it's got to be him and his wife. I think it's Breakfast Club. Go check that one out and just read the body language. To me, it's like he's definitely her puppet, And hey, man, it's wild. I just believe this is all a play. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I know y'all, a lot of y'all don't want to hear that shit. I think this shit is just all a play. This is one of the greatest conspired rap events. Yeah, to me, this is just a whole big event because, as we know, Pooh Shiesty's doing crazy numbers on the streams. Even Gucci Man numbers, he's doing crazy numbers on the streams. And we know now the goal of a lot of celebrities and just artists in general is that to rule the algorithm. That's what you want. Get numbers. So that's how they're doing, get numbers. They literally just content curating. That's what it seems to me. They content curating. Everybody knows that drama sells. Everybody gets pulled into drama, especially with is this your favorite artist? Maybe it's your favorite artist, or of course, people love to see an artist they don't like in fucked up situations. So I feel like this is just a huge play on a public because there's just no way that fucking for one, again, there's no way that the feds are just gonna not have no evidence. Usually for the most part, they have evidence before they even come get your ass. That's one. And for two, there's no way that Gucci's gonna try to shy away from the idea of him snitching, but then put a whole fucking statement on a beat. There's just no fucking way. I don't care how rehabilitated you want to say this man is. I just don't believe he would do this unless it's a play. They just play in the public. They got both their money up. That's how I feel, man. That's how I feel. It's Picasso says that's correct. Rappers think they have to tell their story, not the positive side, but the negative side. If people knew they were easy to get touched, they'd probably get out of rap. Yeah. Yeah, feds are always watching and researching. Yeah, they knew that before. He says, Piss Sugar says, dislike the live because YouTube removed the dislike button. Oh, well, shit. Hey, feel how you feel. How you feel don't make me shit, bruh. But yeah, man, it's Gucci. Gucci got the algorithm right now in a headlock. He got in a headlock. But also, just one thing he has to part ways with, which, on the other hand, it seems like he's okay with it now. It seems like he's okay with, getting away from that whole street cred or holding on to the street cred. Like I said, a person who's in the streets, the worst thing for them ever, the worst death for them ever is being called a snitch and their street cred going to zero. But as we know, a lot of these street dudes, they pick and choose. They pick and choose and make excuses for people they like. So if they like you, they're gonna excuse a lot of bullshit. That's what they're gonna do. A lot of these so-called street dudes, they ain't real. They just scam artists looking for their next scam. Who can they get over on? That's for the most part a lot of these dudes are. Ain't no honor in thieves. I know a lot of people like to try to play like there is, but that's just game. That's just game to pacify you so they can get over on your ass. That's all that is. That is all that shit is. But and also let's just moving on from that. I didn't put it on the title, but let's rap about Offset. The boy definitely has a wild a wild gambling addiction. But there's just something that people haven't really I haven't heard anybody speak on this, and it's just interesting. I think the great thing that we have to give Offset his props for is that he's in a casino gambling. He's not in some bowling alley. He's not on a block. He's not out on a street corner gambling. So we have to give Offset props. It definitely appears that he learned from what happened to his boy Takeoff. So shout out to Offset for that. Shout out to him for that. I mean, it's fucked up that he got shot in the ass, but another thing that's weird is like I understand that that's what I'm saying. A lot of pride is pride to get you in trouble before anything because pride and ego. It's like Offset he borrowed money from the little dude TJ, and then he didn't want to give it back because little TJ spoke on the situation. Like, dude, that's the thing with people who borrow money. They want to borrow money, but then they get mad when they get put on blast for not wanting to pay the shit back. It's like, dude, you claim you got all this guap, but you asking to borrow money? Like, come on, you can't have it both ways, Offset, bro. You gotta. You gotta swallow your pride on one end. You can't borrow money and then get mad when somebody speak on it, you know, because you're running a facade that you got endless money. You running a facade to the public. You can't get mad at him. Shit. If you down bad out there, you shouldn't be out there borrowing money, asking to borrow money. And then there was another video a while ago where somebody seen like I ain't gonna hold y'all. Offset he be deep up and he stay at the Hard Rock pretty much. He be deep in that bitch. But there's a video of a fan asking Offset for a picture, and then the fan gets mad because Offset's like, nah, I'm by myself, and it's just crazy like how fans don't understand what he meant. What Offset meant to me is that if I take this picture with you, what most fans do, they're gonna post a picture, and so Offset is like, yo, I plan to be here for a lot longer, and so if I take this picture with you and you upload the picture, this means that my ops is gonna show up and try to do what they do. So he's basically, he's low key. He said he was by himself. That's what I heard him say in the video. I'm by myself. Nah, man, nah, And so he's like, hey, he's basically looking out for his safety. And so the fan gets mad and says, "Oh, you're not even that big of a celebrity anyway." And it's like, "Oh, no, you said he's not that big of a celebrity, but you just wanted a picture with this dude." So that just shows you that the fan was hurt. The fan was mad because he got denied the picture, and then he want to try to clown him. But in my opinion, I respect Offset for looking out for his safety, looking out for his safety. But he definitely need to get some help with that gambling addiction. He definitely do. But at the end of the day, it's like I don't. I mean, to be honest, I don't give a fuck what he does with his money. It's his money. Use it how he wants to use it. It ain't my business. But when I say he needs help, is as far as being down bad, being out here, asking to borrow money. That's what's down bad. He got to get that fixed. He need to find some limits within himself. And if you really down that much, if you always down like that, like I understand the game. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, but they talking about there's some text that said that he was down like 900,000. Like damn, that bro was down $900,000, and he's still trying to run it up. Like man, I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, that boy down bad. So hopefully the shot in the ass game got him some act right. Hopefully it did. Hopefully he can start moving smarter for himself and his kids. I mean, he got kids out here. Again, sooner than later, you have to give a fuck. You can't keep saying you don't give a fuck. You can't unless you just completely ignorant. If so, then that's on you. But you have to give a fuck and move smarter. That's what it's about. Mhm. But yeah, man, I'm about to skate up out of here. That's all I came to talk about. You'll most likely catch me. I'm gonna go run in the morning. So check me out, man. Check me out. I appreciate those on the replay gang. Thank you for doing what you do. And just to all my comrades out there, y'all have a blessed Friday. Y'all have a blessed weekend. And until the next one, I'm gone.